Disclaimer: this video contains excessive profane language. If you have children in the room, or if you are easily offended by such language, please refrain from watching the video. I don't want you to subject yourself to tireless typing to explain to me why you don't like my speech. Have a good day.
Hey, what's going on, family? Yesterday during my live stream, you guys wanted me to talk about the shooting that happened at Pulse nightclub in Orlando, Florida. And I told you guys that I wanted to get a little bit more information before I decided to speak on it, because I wanted to have as many facts as possible so I'm not spreading any misinformation. I basically just wanted to report the facts that are coming in from credible news sources and credible blogs on social media. So I wanted to wait before I decided to come on here and talk about it, because like I said, this is not your typical just run-of-the-mill celebrity blog story or something that we're talking about. This is a very, very sensitive topic. People have lost their lives, and you definitely don't want to be out there spreading misinformation in regards to a very, very serious matter such as this. So that is one of the main reasons why I wanted to wait until I had as many facts as possible before I came here and made this video. I do want to say I am going to be looking down a lot, because I do have a lot of notes here. I have been following this story, following this development since yesterday, so I do have a whole lot of notes. So excuse me, if you see me glancing down at my computer, because I want to reference the notes that I have that are from credible sources, where I can report as much accurate information as I possibly can. I just want you guys to be aware of that. So if I'm looking down, just excuse that. Again, if you guys have not been on social media, or if you haven't been anywhere near a television, there were 50 people who were killed yesterday at Pulse nightclub in Orlando, Florida. There were also 53 people who were injured as well. There was a guy by the name of Omar Mateen. He was 29 years old. He was born and raised in New York. He was currently a resident in St. Lucie, Florida. So he was a resident of Florida at this particular time, but he was born and raised in New York City. This guy apparently had a lot of disdain against the LGBT community, according to his father. Now, there also has been reports that he actually called 911 and pledged allegiance to ISIS, basically saying that he was going to do this in honor of the Islam leader. I forgot the guy's name. They actually reported his name, but I don't want to get that, mispronounce it, but the Islamic terrorist group, their leader, he was pledging allegiance to them, and he was basically saying he was going to do what he was going to do in honor of him. So I also want to report this to you guys. The suspect, this Omar Mateen guy, he was killed during a shootout with police officers as well. And there were also people who were asking about security at the nightclub, and I will speak on that as well. But there were 39 people who were found inside of the club. 9 people died on the way to the hospital, and there were 2 bodies that were outside. I guess people probably, got shot, and they were probably trying to leave the club, run outside to get help, and in the midst of them running outside, they succumbed to their injuries outside on the ground, which is very, very sad. And like I said, there are 53 people that were wounded, and 43 of those people that were wounded still remain in the hospital right now, with very, very serious life-threatening injuries. Some of them are in critical condition. Some of them are just recovering. I did want to report that. They are classifying this as the worst mass shooting in United States history. I also want people to understand that they're classifying this as the worst modern day mass shooting in United States history. I know there are a lot of people out there that are really upset that they're classifying this as the worst shooting in U.S. history. Either way you want to put it, this is a terrible tragedy. At this particular point, I don't think we need to just worry about being politically correct on every aspect of this. When it comes to what they want to classify it as, all we need to focus on is the fact that you have 50 innocent people who lost their lives because of a disgusting coward who decided to enter into a building where people were just enjoying their lives, just being who they are. And this guy decided to enter this nightclub and take their lives. Now, I don't care if you're a person who has, a lot of opinions on the LGBT community. That does not matter, okay? It does not matter at this particular point in time. These are human beings, okay? They have a right to enjoy their lives and do as they please the same way you do. I'm also going to speak later on a lot of the people that are on social media with all of this hateful speech talking about people who are dead. Okay, let's just erase the fact that these people are gay and lesbians. Okay, I also want people to understand that not only gay people go to Pulse nightclub, there are straight couples who also go to Pulse nightclub. Okay, they said there are a lot of straight people who also come to this club. So I want people to understand that it's not just gay people that were inside of this club. And even if it was, what does that matter? It's a human life, okay? Sometimes people need to put aside their differences and stop saying, well, maybe if they weren't in doing such devilish things, or maybe if they weren't in that type of an environment, it wouldn't have happened. So would you say the same thing in regards to the people who died in Charleston in the church? Would you say the same thing there? So you can't say, well, they were in a devilish place. They were in there. They were doing something that was not of God. So, I mean, you have people that are seriously saying this. So can you say the same thing about the people that were in the church that got murdered by this coward that went in there and killed those people? Can you say the same thing about those children that was in Sandy Hook Elementary School that lost their lives because of a coward? Sometimes people don't think about the shit that they say. And what I want people to understand is that could have been your sister. That could have been your brother. That could have been your father. That could have been your mother. It could have been any one of your family members. And it has absolutely nothing to do with it being a nightclub. It has nothing to do with it being a gay nightclub. This could happen anywhere. You have people who have literally gone into grocery stores. Look it up. Google it. People who have gone into grocery stores and just killed people randomly shopping at a grocery store. Can you imagine today, you that need to go to the grocery store and pick up your ground beef so you can cook dinner for your family tonight? Can you imagine going in there, minding your business simply to get a pack of ground beef, and to have a coward with no regard to human life just come in there and just shoot you because they felt like it? How would you feel if your family member was somewhere in a church or in a school teaching children, and you have a person like this who came into that school or that church and killed your family member? Wouldn't you feel some type of way? So all of these hateful people that are on social media saying all of these disgusting things about the people who were shot and killed, and also the people who are injured in this nightclub, y'all just disgusting. That's all I'm gonna say. You absolutely disgusting. Now, you do have people who have screenshotted all of those people's comments, and I already know that there are going to be a lot of repercussions to the people who left these nasty, heinous comments on social media. You have to be very careful what you say on social media, especially when you say things that are hurtful. And it's some shit you just don't say, especially not on social media. It's some shit you just don't say, period. I know that there's a lot of people behind closed doors that say a lot of nasty, hateful shit when it comes to the LGBT community, when it comes to black folks, when it comes to white folks, when it comes to Muslims. A lot of people say a lot of nasty, hateful things behind closed doors. We know that. But you need to be very careful about the shit that you put on social media. Okay? Because people are watching. I will just say that. Okay, let me get back to the topic at hand. This might be a long video, family, because I do have a lot to say. The shooting happened around 2 a.m. So all of this stuff happened. They said it, I don't know the span of the time that it happened, but they said that he had some type of AR-15 that was shooting out a lot of rounds at one time. And they said the Pulse nightclub is not extremely huge, so it wasn't a huge place. You had people who were literally hiding in the bathrooms. It was one guy, it was so sad. it was so sad. At first, when I saw the text messages floating around on social media, at first I thought it was something that people had made up. And the reason why I thought it was something that people had made up, because you know how sometimes things happen and people make up fake stories, or they'll make up fake text messages just to get likes and shares. And that's what I thought it was at first, until I saw it on television. I'm not going to cry. I saw it on television because it's so sad. I saw it on television. This lady, her son, was texting her while he was inside of the bathroom at the Pulse nightclub, basically telling her, "Mommy, I love you. Call them." I'm assuming he was talking about call 911. There, somebody's shooting. I can hear him coming. I'm going to die. Can you imagine your baby texting you, telling you that they love you and they're about to die, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine your child texting you, telling you that there's an active shooter who is in this nightclub, and he can hear the man coming, and he's trapped in the bathroom, and he's gonna die? Now, I don't know how many exits there were. There were some people who were able to get out of the back. They did say that it was a way that they were able to get out of the back. There were a lot of people who were, like I said, who were hiding in the bathrooms of the nightclub. It was a lot going on. Now, I will try to post photographs around and through here, hopefully, if I can remember that. But like I said, there were people who were hiding out in the bathrooms, and when police got to the scene, there was a lot of police cars that responded to the 911 calls about this shooting. There was a lot of police cars who actually put holes into the building to rescue people who were trapped inside of the bathroom, people who were hiding out in the bathrooms to try to hide from the shooter. Now, I don't know if the man, I'm pretty sure he had to be. He had to be walking around this nightclub just looking for anybody who was hiding or whatever. They said he actually grabbed some people, or maybe I think it was 2 people, to actually try to take them hostage. But as he was leaving out of the nightclub, that's when the police officers were already there, and the police officers engaged in gunfire with him, and they actually shot and killed him as he was trying to take hostages with him, I guess so he can go on the run or whatever. Really, really, really sad situation, family. I mean, there was a lot of videos floating around on social media of people who were actually there outside of this nightclub when the police were engaging in gunfire with this man. There was actually a video that was floating around on social media as well. One of the young ladies who actually died in this nightclub, I'll try to post her picture here. One of the ladies who died in the nightclub, she actually was on Snapchat. She actually posted a Snapchat during the shooting. She was inside of the nightclub enjoying herself with her friends, and there was some shooting. Now, some of the people who were in the nightclub who weren't injured said that when they heard the shooting, they thought it was part of the act, the show. So they didn't really think anything of it at first until, it was a lot of panic and chaos, and that's when they realized that somebody was actually in the club shooting. And the young lady that you see on this picture right here, she was actually posting a snap during the shooting, and she did not know what was going on. And it's very sad to know that after this young lady posted this snap, she actually was shot and killed by this guy, which is absolutely horrible. Now, the Pulse nightclub, while all of this was going on, they posted on their Facebook page, they were telling people to get out of Pulse, get out of here and run. And it says, this, I want to quote, I don't want to misquote them. It says, they wrote on there, "Everyone get out of Pulse and keep running." So as the shooting was happening, they wrote on their Facebook page, "Everybody get out of Pulse and keep running." I don't know who posted the post on their Facebook page. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure, it's a great thing to try to warn people in that manner, to put it on your Facebook page, but I'm pretty sure people weren't, just checking Pulse's Facebook page at that particular point in time. But it's a very, very, very sad situation that you cannot just go anywhere. You can't do anything. You can't just be yourself. You just can't be your happy-go-lucky self. I don't care what type of a person you are, if you're gay, straight, transgendered, bisexual, black, white, orange, purple, green, you're a Muslim. I do not care. That does not warrant you losing your life. I'm sorry. Now, they said this guy called 911 from the bathroom. So apparently he went inside of this bathroom and planned all of this stuff out before it actually happened. So he was already inside of the nightclub, okay? I guess he went in there like he was just gonna, just enjoy the show like everybody else. Called these people, called 911 from the bathroom inside of Pulse, and told them that he was pledging allegiance to ISIS, and opened fire. Now, I do want to correct myself when I said that he was engaging in gunfire with the security officer before he went in. That is not what happened. He actually was inside of the Pulse nightclub in the bathroom. He called 911 and told them that he was pledging allegiance to ISIS and what he was about to do. He opened fire. The unarmed police, the off-duty police officer who was armed, who was part of the security guard crew, he was actually outside of the nightclub, and I guess when he heard the gunfire, he actually was one of the people who called 911 as well. And I guess he, the security officer, I don't know if he went inside and opened fire or as well or what, but I do know that when this Mateen guy, when he came outside, I guess after he was going to take the two hostages, the security officer saw him and opened fire on him, and that's when he re-entered the nightclub and continued to shoot people. So I do want to make that perfectly clear right there, okay? He was inside of the nightclub. He was in the bathroom. He called 911. He came out of the bathroom. He opened fire. After he opened fire and shot a bunch of people, he was trying to take hostages outside of the nightclub. As he was trying to take hostages outside of the nightclub, the security officer who was off duty, who was armed, he actually opened fire on this guy. They exchanged gunfire. The guy re-entered the club, opened fire again, killing more people. And that's when he came outside, when all of the other patrol cars had came. And that's when they were in a shootout with him, and they shot him and they killed him. So that's what happened with that situation. They're also reporting that this guy has been on the FBI's radar in recent years. According to the FBI agent Ron Hopper, this guy first came to the FBI's attention in 2013 when he made inflammatory comments to co-workers alleging possible ties to terrorism. He told his co-workers and others he knew the two guys that were involved in the Boston bombings. You know, the Tavares brothers, I don't know how to pronounce their names, but he was talking to them, basically telling them how he knew them. And he also was on the FBI's list when he had a connection with someone who was a possible terrorist, and they interviewed him both of these times, and they didn't have solid proof that he was connected to these people, so he couldn't do anything about it, unfortunately. He bought 2 firearms this past week. I mean, he literally had a pistol license or a gun license, so he was able to go in a store or wherever he went, and he was able to purchase a pistol as well as an assault rifle. Within the last week, he purchased these 2 weapons in the last week, okay? I do want people to understand, I am going to say this. I am one of the people that feel like guns don't kill people, people kill people. Now, I do understand that they do need to make it a little bit harder for people to purchase these guns. I mean, it shouldn't be as simple as walking into a store and showing that you have a pistol license, or just not having a criminal record and being able to purchase a weapon. It should be a little bit more complicated than that. Unfortunately, it's not. You have a lot of psycho people who are able to go and purchase these, huge weapons and purchase weapons in a large quantity, unfortunately. And this is just one of the situations to where a sick, twisted individual was able to purchase a weapon or weapons and was able to go into a place and kill innocent people, just completely senselessly, okay? Senselessly. I want people, like I said, I'm about to talk about this in a second. I do want to say this before I go any further, there will be a candlelight vigil in Orlando, excuse me, on Sunday, June the 19th. I think that's the date, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, in memory of those who lost their lives at Pulse nightclub, as well as those who were injured in Pulse nightclub as well. I want you guys to be aware of that. So if you're in Orlando and you want to just go and show your support, they are having this candlelight vigil. I'm pretty sure it's probably on Facebook or on social media somewhere where you guys can find it, the address and all of that. I want you guys to be aware of that if you are in the Orlando area. I want you guys also to be aware that they are in urgent need of blood in the Orlando area for they need to replenish their stock. A lot of people are saying, well, how are they going to go through the screening process if they're, in such urgent need? Are they going to test this blood and all this stuff? Yes, they're still going to go through the same processes that they would normally. The blood that they're needing is to replenish the stock, because you never know, something else may happen. I mean, not necessarily terrorist related, but something else may happen to where they need a large quantity of blood, and they don't, the blood banks and the hospitals and places like that, they don't like to be low on blood, because you never know, it may be a catastrophic event that happens to where they need a large amount of blood. And you can't wait until the last minute to say you need blood, especially if you have a large amount of people that need it at one time. So that's why they are in an urgent need for blood. So if you're in the Orlando area, I have all of the information down in the description box where you can find the local area where you can donate blood. Or even if you're not in Orlando, in your local area, if you're able to give blood, please give blood. When I tell y'all, I did it twice last year. I'm scared of needles, but I did give blood twice last year. So if you're able to do that, because my mom had to have a blood transfusion before, so I know how important it is for people to donate blood, because my mom is very, her blood type is very rare, so I know how important it is for people to donate blood. And they are in an urgent need for O negative and O positive blood, as well as AB plasma. Like I said, I'll leave all of that information down in the description box where you can find your local your local center where you can go and donate blood as well as plasma, down in the comment section. Down in the description box. Now, I want to speak on the negative people who are leaving all these nasty comments on social media. Even one of my friends on my personal Facebook page said some nasty things about the people who lost their lives in this Orlando nightclub. Basically saying that God is not pleased. God is not pleased, and that is the reason why these people lost their lives. They need to read their Bible, and they need to start living for God, and they need to turn from their evil, wicked ways, and maybe they wouldn't have lost their lives. If that ain't the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my damn life. Like I said, these Bible thumpers, okay? These damn Bible freaking thumpers, they make my asshole fucking wiggle. Okay, and it's gonna be a lot of profanity. I am gonna put my disclaimer at the beginning of this video, because I don't want nobody leaving no stupid ass motherfucking comments, because I don't give a fuck what you have to say. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you that right here, right now. If you don't like what the fuck I gotta say from henceforth, just go ahead and remove yourself from the video now, so that you don't have to be all down there, going a million miles per minute trying to motherfucking type and say some more stupid ass shit that I ain't gonna fucking fuck you. I don't give a fuck what you gotta say. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna put the disclaimer at the beginning of my video to let people know that just get the fuck on if you don't like profanity and all that type of shit. Okay, you're a fucking idiot. Okay, you are a motherfucking idiot if you're one of those people who say that all of this shit happened to these people because they were gay, or because they were in a gay club, or whatever. You're a fucking idiot, because the same people that are around here saying, well, God ain't pleased, God sent this man to kill these people, y'all need to turn away from your wicked ways because it's gonna keep happening. That is some sick ass shit. Like I said, what about the people who died sitting in church down there in Charleston? What about those people? Okay, would you say the same thing in that instance? What about those children that were in Sandy Hook School? What about the people who were at the Boston Marathon who just what about these people? Are you that fucking dumb? Okay, and these same people are people who fucking and sucking every man on this side of creation. These are the same people who living in the house with somebody and ain't married to them. These are the same people who got 4 and 5 and 6 children and ain't married to the dude they got these children with. Okay, right here fornicating. Just the same people That's it. They stuff their damn face with food, okay? Gluttony. You got no one sin is greater than another. I get so sick of people trying to put, okay, someone being gay at the top of the motherfucking totem pole. As far as, oh, that's the number one sin in God's eyes. You are a motherfucking lie, okay? You are a motherfucking lie. Anybody who is gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual, I don't give a fuck what their orientation is. They have just as many rights to be who the fuck they are as you do, okay? They ain't going to hell no faster than your motherfucking ass is going to hell, okay? But around here sinning, doing the shit that you do every damn day, they not doing no worse shit than you are doing. I just get sick of people trying to make it seem like being gay is the worst of the worst. It's just you automatically going to hell. If you kiss another man, you are automatically going to hell, okay? You are automatically going to hell if you kiss another man. Does that even make sense to you? Okay? Does that even make sense to you? Think about it. If that makes sense to you, you need to clock out of your motherfucking feelings, okay? Because you are a damn fool and you need to reevaluate your whole motherfucking life. If you're one of those people who feel like just because the person is gay, they are automatically going to hell, and you around here doing all the fucked up ass shit that you do, you're going to automatically ascend into heaven. I need you to rethink that, because you are totally wrong, okay? You are sadly mistaken. I can guarantee you, a lot of them people you sit next to in church, if you just so happen to be one of the people who make it into the pearly gates, you may not see them. The same people who were sitting next to you in church every single Sunday, okay? But that gay man that you talk shit about all your damn life and said that he was going to bust hell wide open, guess what? His name might be on that, written in that book, the book of life. But your motherfucking name might be, you gonna probably be one of them people who gonna burn for all the fucking eternity. So please, don't try to classify one sin as being greater than another one. I need people to sweep around their own fucking front door. Sweep around your own fucking front door. Don't worry about what somebody else is doing. And the fact that now, I don't know how true this is, but the guy's father told investigators that his son, this Mateen guy, apparently saw two guys kissing 2 months ago. And this is the reason why he walked into this nightclub and killed these people. Does that even really? And I say this all the time. You can go back into any of my videos. I say this all the time. I am not advocating for anybody to commit suicide. But I feel like this. If you are so fucking pressed about a situation to where you feel like you just got to go take lives, just take yours. Okay? Somebody else, these people wanted to live. Okay? They had a bright future ahead of them. A lot of these people were in school. A lot of these people were very, very young, still had their whole lives ahead of them. 20-year-old people, 22-year-old people, 24, 25. These were young people who had their whole lives ahead of them. If you felt so pressed about two men kissing, as his father said, kill your goddamn self. Why you gotta kill me because you saw two men kissing? What the fuck that gotta do with me? Kill your motherfucking self if you are that damn pressed about anything. Anybody out there. If you're one of those people who feel like you just want to go on a shooting spree and kill people, kill your fucking self. Period. Like I said, I'm not an advocate for suicide, but if you're one of the people who feel like you want to go kill other people, kill your goddamn self. Don't kill nobody else. Just kill you. If you that fucking pressed, kill your damn self. Okay? Because this is ridiculous. It's sad. And again, to all of the people who were on social media saying all these nasty, hateful things about gay people who were in this club who lost their lives, I want y'all to understand that it's more than gay people that were in this club. You had straight people who were in this club. You didn't have I know it was Latin night on Saturday. You didn't just have Latin people that were in this club. You had black people that were in this club. You had white people that were in this club. A couple of African American people lost their lives. It was a couple of white people lost their lives. It's a lot of different ethnicities that lost their lives. It does not fucking matter. These are human beings, okay? Regardless of their sexual orientation, regardless of their race, these people are human beings. I don't know what else to say about that shit, family. Besides, we need to pray. It's been praying time. I'm not gonna say now it's praying time. It's been praying time, okay? It's been time for us to just pray. I mean, that's really all you can do, okay? Because like I said, you're not safe nowhere. I don't give a fuck where you go. You're not safe in church. You're not safe in the grocery store. You're not safe in the gas station. You're not safe anywhere. You can't go out and enjoy yourself at a restaurant. You can't go enjoy yourself at a nightclub. You can't even sit in your damn house. You got people that will come in your house and kill you, okay? You're not safe anywhere, so you got to stay prayed up at all times because you never know. You never know when your time is coming. Whether it's coming, by way of a fucking terrorist like this, or by way of just, some kind of unexpected casualty. You never know what's gonna happen and how you gonna leave this earth. That's why you gotta stay prayed up, okay? You gotta stay prayed up. You gotta start living your life to the fullest. You gotta live your life like like every day is your last. I know that's cliche as fuck, but it's true. We got to start living our lives like every day is our last day here on earth, because you never know. Like I said, you could walk out of your house right now headed to work, okay? Headed to fucking work, and it could be somebody who mad because you made a mistake and turned in front of them on the highway, and they just jump out of their car and shoot and kill you. It happens every day. Every day it happens. Like I said, you could be in the grocery store buying groceries to cook dinner for your family tonight. Somebody come in there because they mad about something and decide they want to open fire on people in the grocery store. You just in there minding your business. You sitting up in church praising the Lord. Somebody comes in there, takes your life. You in church. You in school getting your education. Somebody comes into the school because maybe they got a bad grade, or because they wife there and they got a situation with her, so they decide they want to try to kill as many people as possible before they take their own life. You in school teaching. Or your children are at school learning, just getting their education, and somebody comes in and decide that they want to take their life. You in a nightclub enjoying yourself, just partying, having a good time with your friends. You're not bothering anybody. You're just having a good time. Somebody comes in there and takes your life. Because you just minding your fucking business. So I want people to understand. Regardless of these people's sexual orientation, they are human beings just like we are. Just like every fucking body, okay? They're human beings, regardless of their sexual orientation, and they should have had just as much right to be in there enjoying themselves as anybody else. I don't give a fuck that you have an issue with somebody kissing 2 months ago. That was your issue. You should have killed your fucking self and left these people alone. So prayers to all of those people who lost their lives at the Pulse nightclub down in Orlando. I'm heartbroken for real. I mean, because like I said, this could happen to any of us at any given time. At any given time, it could happen to any one of our family members at any given time. Okay. In the wee hours of the morning, can you imagine getting a phone call or a text message from your child telling you, Mom, I'm in the bathroom, I'm trapped, there's a guy in here who's shooting, I'm gonna die? Can you imagine some shit like that? Can you imagine, like this young lady, the picture that I posted, can you imagine her family watching her last Snapchat, hearing the gunfire going off in the background, them not knowing what's going on, them thinking it's part of the act that's going on stage, and it's actually a guy in there killing people, and she's actually going to be one of the victims. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I stand with the LGBT community. I stand with humans, period. Anybody who loses their life over some senseless shit. I also want people to understand that all Muslims, I know this dude, he pledged allegiance to ISIS, but I want everybody to understand that every Muslim is not a fucking terrorist. We need to understand that every Muslim is not a motherfucking terrorist, okay? Look at Muhammad Ali. People were just praising Muhammad Ali. Now all of a sudden you want to basically spit on this man's name. You know that common sense would tell people that every fucking person who's a Muslim is not a fucking terrorist, okay? Everybody, and I think it's insulting to sit there and classify every Muslim as being a terrorist, classifying them as being, extremists. I think that's absolutely disgusting. As a matter of fact, there was a Muslim guy who actually did an interview who was basically saying how he was frustrated, how he was, dismayed because he's tired of people basically making them look bad when there are a lot of good people out there who are Muslim. But because you have people like this who pledge allegiance to ISIS, it makes people assume that all Muslims are bad people. But I need people to have common sense. I need people to have common sense and understand. Of course, every Muslim is not a terrorist or an extremist, and every Muslim is not going to go around killing innocent people. This was a coward. This was a disgusting individual who should have been arrested and detained a long time ago. Unfortunately, he was not, because they didn't have any solid proof. So you can't just arrest somebody and you not have solid proof, because number one, that's a legal issue. So you can't just do that. And unfortunately, this horrible situation happened. So again, prayers to all of the people who lost their lives and all of the people who were injured at Pulse nightclub in Orlando. Prayers to you guys, family. I don't know what to say. And the LGBT community, I stand with y'all. I mean, because like I said, we're all human, and I think that you guys have just as many rights as anyone else here on this earth. And I think that you guys should be able to live your lives however you want to live your lives. You have that right. That's how I feel. And I'm out.